Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Comedy Flops All You Can Eat Improv. Everything you're about to watch tonight is going to be made up on the spot. The only thing that's pre-written is the rules. The rest will come from the imagination of the players and suggestions from you fine folks. Before we begin, each month we select a local charity to support, and tonight we are proud to be supporting Lifelong, a program providing support and enrichment for people over 50 years of age. And I think we have someone here who'd like to take a moment just to talk about that. Fraiche, did you want to come in and talk about the charity for a moment?
Absolutely, Riggy, although I think it's ironic that they help people over 50, and you selected me. What is that about? I don't know. Feels a little ageist, I'm just saying. No, we're kidding. Lifelong is a wonderful organization in our community, and they're really about helping seniors as we age have a wonderful, meaningful life. So they do lots of programs. They do wellness activities, exercise, adult learning, volunteer programs, life planning, travel, all things that help us age better. They're a wonderful organization in our community, and as is the case with many organizations that we support, we're proud of them and really pleased to support them this month. So that's what they're about, Riggy.
Terrific. Thank you. Thank you for sorry, what was that?
I also have something to say about being old.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Go for it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As a 19-year-old, I might not necessarily have the understanding of these services and the need for these services, but honestly, I feel like I have more of an understanding than anyone else, because as part of this generation, I'm 19, by the way, I don't really know when my midlife exactly is going to be, so I just decided to have a midlife crisis for like the next 30 years or so. But when you reach 50 specifically, all these strange things start happening. Like someone just hands you a sword one day and they're like, hey, you need to go slay this dragon. And you're like, wait, is this like a metaphor for like aging and like a peaceful retirement? And they're like, no, there's actually a dragon terrorizing the city right now. And we need the firstborn who turns 50 to immediately slay it for us. And you're like, aren't there other 50-year-olds? I'm like, no, it's specifically you. And you're like, well, then why did you only give me a sword? Why wasn't I briefed on this before? And they say, it's forbidden knowledge that 49-year-olds just can't understand.
Yeah, of course, of
Wait.
course.
19-year-old, I'm allowed to understand this, but I have bad news. Anyone who's 49 in this audience, now that I've told you about the dragon ritual, it's no use anymore. You will not be able to slay this dragon. And that's not a metaphor. You will be able to do everything with a metaphorical dragon. You'll be able to get over that. But I'm
Who
sorry.
told you about my damn sword?
Let's not lose a finger at the beginning of the show. How about that? How about we?
How does she? Who? Joe Lobb, did you tell her about the damn sword?
Not guilty.
Are you sure? You didn't
Yes,
spill?
He gets swords?
Oh. Hand Rations, thanks for blowing it. Now, there's going to be no living with Cam because of this. Honestly. Honestly.
Well, thank you both very much for that insightful look at our charity this month. If you are so inclined, our donation link will be below me right here, tinyurl.com/flopsmayflip. And there is a clickable version of that in the description. Any amount helps. There's also a link in the description for any of the information about our charity this month as well. And if you are so inclined, please go over there, visit them, and there's links to donate to them directly as well.
Remember, at least 3 of us have swords.
Watch out for those 50 plus with swords. Let us get into the show by first introducing our cast. First, he's everyone's favorite ingredient. It's Creme Fraiche. Next, celebrated sportsman and the original Gerber rabies, Joe Lobb.
Woo!
Grab yourself a spit rag and a digging shovel. It's Camel Treasure. He ain't no cub. That boy's the pride of the pack. It's Leo.
Yay!
When the fish aren't biting, at least you'll always have hand rations. He once said to me, I'm a terrible liar, but a lot of weird stuff has happened to me. It's Andrew. And finally, keep your eyes peeled. It's a total eclipse of the Moonman. I am your humble host, the conductor of all this chaos, Rigamarole. Let's get this started. First game tonight is for all of us. It's called Water Buoys. For this game, we'll get a vague category from you in the chat, and it's something that the flops can list a number of associated words, objects, verbs, etc. with. But all of the words must start with the same letter. If a flop cannot come up with a word, we kindly ask them to toss themselves out of the game. But there is a twist. Any flop may challenge another flop's word, sparking a serious debate about whether or not the word is truly associated with the topic at hand. So keep those suggestions coming, and we will start with, I'm seeing comedians, movie scripts, hieroglyphics, supermarket, golf. Let's start off with mini golf, and we will start with Creme Fraiche.
Do we need a letter? I start the letter, right?
You start the letter, Creme Fraiche.
Then my word is putter.
Letter is P.
Putt.
Pinwheel.
Placement.
Hour.
Palace.
Precipitation.
Oh, I'm going to challenge that.
We have a challenge. On what grounds, Joe Lobb?
On the grounds that when the rain falls, it falls everywhere, not just mini golf courses. And while the rain may spoil an outing of mini golf, it also spoils boating, picnicking, hiking, any number of things. So I believe that this is too broad to be accepted.
And your defense.
Well, any time it rains, there's a good chance there could be some thunder along with it. And if you're doing mini golf, you're holding a mini lightning rod. You're not usually doing that with most other activities, but you're kind of out in an area that's flat with a metal pole.
I believe I have enough here to make my judgment. While Joe Lobb may be right, the rain falls mainly on the plains in Spain. You are holding a little mini lightning rod, or, well, as Moonman said, little miniature lightning rod. Moonman, you are victorious in this matter. I apologize, Joe Lobb. Please see yourself to the curb.
Oh,
Die.
Next topic, and we will be going with movie script. That goes to Who Followed Joe Lobb?
Cam.
That would be me. Movie script?
Movie script, Cam. You get to pick the letter.
Dialogue.
Letter is D.
Die Hard.
Director.
Drama.
Draft.
Isn't it Riggy? Is it me?
Oh, no, I'm the arbitrator, so it goes to you.
Oh,
Goes
right.
To you, Fraiche.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, director's bitch.
Direction.
I can't challenge it. Can I challenge Creme Fraiche, huh?
After the next word's been uttered, there's no challenge, Leo. Either new word,
Doozy.
Doozy. Okay.
Gotta be in it to win it.
Doozy. Yeah.
I'll say drawing.
Darkness.
Daylight.
Whew.
Digital editing.
Doodle.
Okay. Let's challenge that doodle. Yeah.
All right. On what grounds, Leo?
On the grounds that. What was the subject again?
On the grounds I have no answer whatsoever.
Movie script, Leo.
Yeah, so like movie script. So you don't draw a script, you write it out. You don't draw it.
Okay. Well, Cam, what do you got to say for yourself?
Well, anyone that's ever held a script and has ever auditioned or rehearsed
knows there's a lot of downtime, and you sit there when you can and you make little doodles on said drafts and scripts.
You know,
Tough one.
he floundered for a little bit. He forgot the subject matter. And I'm not sure that he's overly committed to the game. But he's an underdog in this scenario. I think Leo's right. You write a script, you don't draw a script. Thank you, Leo.
That's what I'm saying.
See yourself away, Camel Treasure.
Die.
Next topic of interest is something everybody here should be familiar with. It is comedians. Comedians. I'll follow who follows Leo.
And Rations.
Me. Stand up.
Letters S.
Seinfeld.
Sofas.
Sanders.
Stewie Griffin.
Stage.
Soupy Sales.
Soda.
Suck.
Super funny.
I'm gonna challenge that because I can't think of a word.
Okay, on what grounds, Hand Rations?
Well, I already said on the grounds of I can't think of a word, but also on the grounds of, yes, a comedian's job is to be funny, but that's not a thing that's inherent to comedians. Like, for example, I am a comedic arts major. I'm literally going to college for comedy, and I can't tell you the number of comedians who I would not describe as super funny. I'd describe most of them as funny, but super funny. The funny isn't the part that we're debating here, because that doesn't start with an S. Making it start with an S by saying super funny, I wouldn't put them in the superb realm of comedians. Or at least not everyone who can call themselves a comedian.
All right.
Okay.
Well, when you're talking about the word super, and specifically in the terms of super funny, the super kind of comes in like, okay, how many people are at this show? I mean, when you take a look at like big time comedians, you know, like Seinfeld, John Mulaney, there's people like all up in their show. There's like thousands of people coming to this. If that's not super, then I don't know what is.
Okay, I have enough to make my decision here. I would call myself a comedian. I don't think I'm super funny. I gotta land with Hand Rations here. Not all comedians are super funny. And actually, not all
I'm gonna
comedians are
challenge
funny.
your comment right there. Positivity, Rigamarole.
I would say. Anyways, Leo, take yourself to the curb. Thank you very much for playing.
Hi.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of you left. Let's do it quick. And the next is one from Andy Rollman. Supermarket.
Groceries.
Start with G.
Gear.
Garlic.
Grapes.
Gouda.
Juice if you spell it wrong.
I have to challenge that.
Please do. What are your grounds? Although I think I know.
Yeah, well, she intentionally misspelled the word to make it fit the game, you know. I agree that, you know, phonetically, if you mispronounce juice, you could spell it with a G, I suppose, but everyone knows it's Juice, and so she's just trying to scam you to win this round.
Okay, let's see how good of a scam artist she is.
I believe you would call my answer here a scam. I have so many other words that I could have chosen, but I specifically said juice with a G to make a statement about our current state of commerce. Because there's so many brands these days that they don't want to, they're saying, oh, we're not your mother's brand, we're not your father's brand, we're not your great uncle's brand. We're gonna spell things differently. We're gonna spell things trendy. We're gonna spell juice with a G. So you walk into a supermarket and you're like, what's this new thing? I don't recognize the world I'm living in. So I'm making on that.
I would drink that juice with a G. You've convinced me.
I have to tell you, I grew up drinking gas station juice called Blue Drink, and they called it drink. They didn't call it juice. And if I saw juice with a G, I'd be concerned of what it was made of, because they should have called it drink. Sorry, Jess. Hand rations. Take yourself to the curb.
Right for you, Jess.
And there were 3. Next up on the list, agriculture.
Who's it to? Let's see.
I believe that is to Andrew.
Andrew, yep.
Plants.
P.
Plowing.
Plowing?
Yep.
Peanuts.
Pots.
Poultry.
Plantains.
Pansies.
Plots.
Pomegranates.
Prunes.
Placement.
Post hole digging.
Pre-hole digging.
I'm
Prediction.
going to challenge that.
Challenge. Why's that?
He made pre-hole digging up. There is no pre-hole digging. You say, I need to put a post. I have my post hole digger, and you dig the post. It's not like the ground needs like dusting off prior to, which would be a pre-hole digging activity, but what would be the point?
Andrew?
Well, if I've learned anything about this topic, it's that, we're not living in a world of anarchy here. Things need to be properly planned and placed, and you're not just gonna grab a pole and go willy-nilly, where am I gonna put it? You need to pre-plan the planning of the placement of the pole. All P's.
I've discovered where I'm going to land on this, and Andrew is correct. If you put poles just willy-nilly, that's how you lose property. Creme Fraiche, die.
No wonder I lost my house.
Then there were 2. The lightning round. Gotta be quick, gotta be fast. Outer space, starting with the Moonman.
Outer space. Moon.
Mars.
Mercury.
Meteor.
Meteorite.
My stars.
I'm going to challenge. I don't believe Andrew owns any stars at all. He's just claiming ownership of random stars, which that's theft right there.
Andrew?
Well, in fact, today you can adopt just about anything. You can adopt a hippo. You can adopt a child. So you can adopt stars, and hence I would, and they'd be mine.
I have enough to say. First off, I don't see a certificate of authenticity, and secondly, I got a quote here from Hand Rations that say the stars belong to the collective. You don't get to own stars, sir. Moonman is victorious. Please, a round of applause for the Moonman. And for you at home, I know if you're really applauding or not. So, thank you. Next up is a game for Creme, Leo, Joe Lobb, and Camel Treasure. It's a game called Complaint Department. For this game, I'm going to need you in the audience down there to give us a list of adjectives and nouns, please, specifically objects. In this game, Leo, Joe Lobb, and Cam will be returning items to a customer service counter run by Creme Fraiche. But they don't know what they're returning. It's up to Creme to give verbal and physical clues to help them sort it out. So, 3 returners, headphones off, mute your things, whatever it is, while the things start rolling in the chat. Please, down below, adjectives and objects. And I will give them to Creme Fraiche out loud when they start rolling in. They could be things such as sticky faucet or dry weedy. I guess that'd be kind of easy because all Wheaties are dry. All right. First one, Creme. We can give this to whoever comes in first.
Sure.
This is from Zap Pack. I got scrumptious spoon. That's gonna be hard, Zap Pack. You're cruel. Scrumptious spoon. Number 2.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Also a cruel one from Kit Kat. Plaid
Shameless.
marker. And last, from Offstage Train 84, Wiggly Hammer. You got all three? I'm going to review for the audience here.
Yep.
Scrumptious Spoon, Plaid Marker, and Wiggly Hammer. And special shout out to Andy Rollman, who came in with White Bird Poo. Sorry, Andy, you just missed us. Ew, come on. We're going to start. I'm going to go. I'm off.
I cannot believe the nonsense that people buy. Swords, pig bells, little games. Oh, yes. Hello, sir. How can I help you today?
So my wife bought this, but I'm here to return it. And this is the condition it was in totally.
Oh, wow. I hate to say this, man. If you'll pardon the pun, you're forked.
Oh, yeah. It's my wife took it dancing. I'm not gonna lie.
That's kind of an odd thing to do with it, but I don't judge here.
She's a little bit of an odd bird, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yikes. Was there an issue with it? It looks like a pretty standard issue item. I don't know.
She said it kept up for a little while, but then it kind of got lost with the Bat Tootsie and just kind of everything went nuts.
These things are usually pretty solid. I mean, you could run these things through a dishwasher and they'd be great. They'd be looking good. I don't get it.
I don't either. Trust me, it's been 20 years. I still don't know why I married her. But anyway, I would probably like to return this.
Well, I can consider it. It looks like it's part of a set. Let's see. Yep. No, we've got the sharp item here. We've got the pokey item with the prongs. But where? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She did mention that it wasn't all there. All right. Look, let me level with you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
When she's in bed, she loves to spoon.
Okay. I totally get this. So we've established that, but I mean, what's the problem? Wasn't it delicious enough?
No, definitely the coffee spoon just didn't work for her.
I feel like this was designed for, the creme de la creme, the most tasty thing you could find to use this in. I just don't get it.
I see the problem now. See, my wife is lactose intolerant, so she can't do ice cream. So ice cream spoons would not be anything. So you can see the problem.
Yeah, well, that would be fine if that's what this is, but of course, this is much more grand than your standard issue ice cream spoon. As you know, this is only reserved for the most delicious, the top of the line, the rare, the ones that you go, damn, that is the best dessert I ever had. It's so, it would make me feel rambunctious. Fills my belly with goodness. Just thinking about it.
Well, I mean, it sure if tapioca was your thing, but clearly it's not because who would.
I just want you to think about the best dessert you've ever had. The one that's most delicious. The one that makes your taste buds melt, that just oozes down your throat in sugary goodness. Think about how delicious it is. You might even say it was, I don't know. It would just make me rambunctious as hell with all that sugar.
Man, it's not a cotton candy spoon, is it?
No, I'm sorry, it's not.
Well,
listen, sir.
I've ever had.
Listen, sir. I know you've got to think about this before you return it. Really, I want you to make sure you're satisfied. I want you to think about it. There's another customer here. I'm going to help them out, then we'll come back and we'll see if we can take care of your.
Give me that back, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Please, sir. Yeah.
Hi. Thanks for doing the service that you're about to do.
Well, we're here to serve, of course.
Well, thank you. I want to return this item. I put it down.
It's used.
Pardon?
Did you use it?
Did I use it?
It looks used to me, sir.
Well, yeah, but it didn't perform properly, and it's not a match. I just don't like it.
Well, let me take a look at it here. Seems okay to me. I mean, wouldn't it erase afterward, or did you take it to bingo and it wasn't doing a good job at getting your numbers? I mean, I don't understand. It seems perfectly working to me.
Well, the point kept snapping off, and I had to lose time, grind it up, and walk all the way to my other place, bingo, which is halfway down the hallway.
Yeah.
I hear one number called, I write it down, this point snaps again, gotta go back, and so on. And I also have to tell you, those tooth marks on it, they're not mine. The dog was going through our belongings, as she does regularly, and found this and made a few chips in it.
Well, that's unfortunate. If this were merely a pen, I could accept it, but an item of as high quality as this, I couldn't possibly, without further explanation. I mean, was it the color that you objected to? I mean,
no.
Was it confusing in sort of the intersection of those things? I don't know.
No, I was able to keep things straight with this rainbow pencil, and.
Well, again, sir, if it were a pen or a pencil, we're talking a 16-cent item, I really wouldn't care. But this clearly is worth at least a good $4. And, it can be permanent, unless you got the kind that isn't permanent, of course, and then it wouldn't be permanent. But
I think this is a permanent kind. I mean, I've still got some stains on my fingers.
Oh, yeah, see, I thought that was tobacco. Okay.
Well, there may be some tobacco there, too, but I think it's mostly Sharpie marking.
Okay, well, yeah. This is a really unusual one. Usually they work in one color, but you got a special one here. This one does multiple ones. It always makes me remember Scotland, or my favorite tie. I honestly, sir, I don't mean to judge you, but I can't understand why anybody would want to get rid of an item of this fine quality that would do something so unusual.
Well, like I said, there's the teeth marks, but even so, I mean, a multicolored Sharpie is, just a...
But this is so much more special. I mean, imagine the clans of Scotland that did handcraft workmanship to deliver this to you. The ones that are sitting there in our yard, making everything we can, making sure it matches our sporting and all the things. Are you going to disrespect them, lad?
Well,
what they might say, of course.
They might, yeah. With that accent, too, I might add. Very well done. I don't know. Plaid has never been my thing.
All right.
Ding, ding.
All right. Hang on. Here's your money.
Thank you. And I'm half Scotch myself, so I'm going to count it.
Yeah, have one for me too. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Looks like we've got somebody else. Yes, sir. Hello, how can I help you?
Yeah, so got this gift here from
yeah, I see
my
that.
son. Yeah, for Father's Day, and yeah, I have a son.
How old's your son, if I may ask?
He's 6 years old.
You gave this to a 6-year-old?
No, he gave it to me.
He gave it to you. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
This okay.
Is the in-law here.
Oh, I see that. Yeah. Was your in-law involved in the purchase, or what was happening?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that, sir?
Yeah, I was wondering if your in-law was in any way involved in the purchase or something with this, but it doesn't really matter, I suppose. It's not really my business.
Well, the 6-year-old doesn't exactly have a job, so he didn't really have like money that he could pay for this with. So the in-law did help with that.
Yeah.
But
well, that would explain why it's not necessarily a standard issue one. It's true. Yeah.
yeah, you know, he quite likes playing badminton with his old man here. And...
Well, I feel like if you played badminton with this and it flew out of your hand, somebody could get seriously hurt.
That's true.
You know, I don't know. But you know what they say. One man's badminton racket is... Well, they don't say that at all, actually.
I don't think
Did the item not work as intended? I mean, what were you trying to do with it?
Well, I mean, we were trying to just, you know, throw it back and forth or like do some type of...
With your kid? You were throwing it with your kid?
Yeah, we were throwing it.
No, you can't do that. If you're going to throw something like this with your kid, the most I would throw is a tape measure. Maybe. Right? Yeah. You know, maybe a small wall brace that goes in the wall, but nothing like this. I mean, you could knock the kid out by throwing this.
That's true. Yeah, we I guess we didn't really think about like how it could have just like fell right out and like stuck to something like a pin.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. If I were to call social services right now, let me tell you, sir, you would be nailed. Totally nailed.
Yeah, well, he's really into like making things like his old man.
See.
He so
fancies himself a carpenter, does he?
Yeah. So his idea, I guess, was that he would give me a new hammer so that I could teach him how to use it.
I see. Well, that would make sense, and I could see you building things together, but this one reminds me of pasta, kind of. You know? I feel like you really wouldn't get good purchase on that nail.
Yeah. He wanted to do more cutting, rather. He got one of those wavy saws.
Uh-huh. Well, that would be great if this were a saw, but you're right. I mean, you identified it correctly the first time, of course. And it is wavy, but it reminds me, honestly, wavy, I don't know, feels like it has a little bit of tension in it. This just reminds me of a limp worm or a limp noodle or that Australian band with all the colors. I don't know. I haven't had kids in 80 years.
Well, he wanted he wanted a ham to give me a hammer, but he wanted it to be one of those flimsy hammers.
It is flimsy, it's true. It's even a little more than that, I think. It's yeah. It is. It's just it's weird, it's wonderful, it's wet if you throw it in the water, it's kind of wild, and it's the way it moves.
Yes, right. So
weird, right?
It is weird. I don't know why I ever thought it would be safe to play catch with this, but he wanted to hit something, but he wanted to like have the thing he was hitting it with be really bouncy.
It could be, yeah.
Hey, Kyle. I think I gotta go home.
Oh, wow, yeah, I see that. It's like
I just can't sit still.
Fever there. Yeah, no, I know. That's terrible. That's gonna make your chair shake apart and everything.
Yeah, everyone here's got a case of the. Well, I can't even say it. Yeah, I gotta go.
You shouldn't. You can spread it just by saying it.
Man, that guy had. He was wiggling around like a worm.
Yeah, don't you make fun of him. Don't you make fun of him.
Yeah, I won't. But is there any chance I can get my money back on this?
On what? This thing here? What is it again?
The worm. The worm
Looks like a hammer to me, but
hammer. Hammer. Worm.
I mean, how it operates reminds me of that worm you were talking about, but
Oh no!
Listen, I feel like it's on the edge of the tip of my tongue here. It's
Martin, why are you still here, Martin? Haven't you gone home?
Kyle,
Yeah.
did you get any returns of like that like fake hair? Like the thing that you put on top of your head? 'Cause I think that like this hair just really isn't doing it for me. I need to just put something on top of this.
It's terrible, I agree.
I guess what people were saying about that other guy who just went home, like the word just reminded me of it.
Yeah, no, we've got a bunch of them. They're used. Some of them are made of raccoon, but
I'll
I think
check
they
into
look
that.
good on you.
They wanted to give me a wig hammer.
Well,
Half a day.
you're partially right on that, I suppose.
But I mean, he's a real creative kid here. He just wanted to make me look better. He wanted to make a hammer I could wear on my head.
Yeah, this wouldn't be the one. Lee, you out there? Lee, from the wig department, are you out there? Wig Lee, are you anywhere out there? Can you help us here? Wig department paging Lee. Wig department paging Lee. Wig Lee.
Really got to get your wig guys together, huh?
Yeah. Totally.
This is Lee from the wig department. Yeah, Wig Lee here to help you. I'm on the phone. What do you need?
We need like a case of wigs. But you've got them. Wig Lee, you've got them.
I got one that looks like a ham for hers. Wig Lee has a ham wig
For hers?
For hers. Is that good?
Oh, Wig Lee, that's great.
Yeah.
We'll take 1,000 hams for her.
Okay, I'll bring Wig Lee will bring the hams for her over right now.
Excellent. Thank you, Wig Lee.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
Well,
sir.
I'm glad.
I had to take care of that.
Yeah, no problem. We've been here a long time. Can you just
We
take
have.
my wiggly hammer and let's get out of here?
Dang,
Yeah,
dang,
I
dang,
think
dang.
that's best.
All right, thank you.
All right. That other guy, sir. Sir.
Hey, Agnes, I gotta go. It's my turn in line again.
Oh no.
All right, I was just talking with her, and the biggest rambunctious dessert she could think of was Pop Rocks and Coke. She's not really.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like you're honing in too closely on the specific dessert. It's more a feeling of the dessert. It's like yum, sheesh, yum, sheesh.
Hey, Kyle.
Oh yeah. What's up, Tim?
I need to cut out to get to rugby practice.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want to miss that part where we all huddle together, put our heads down.
I love that.
That's my favorite part. I don't want to miss
I get it. No, get out of here, you scamp. Get out of here.
Thanks.
Yeah. That huddle's the best part. I agree. Do you follow rugby, sir?
I'm an avid fan.
Yeah. I thought maybe.
I used to play it when I was younger.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you like to kind of get in that pile and grab the ball and?
Sure did. So yeah, that spoon, it really kind of it makes things like you said, like rambunctious and
Right, yeah.
scrimmage and huddle. I mean, is it just like a fabulous spoon? I mean, it does look.
You are so close, sir. It is fabulous, but it's so much more. I'll tell you what. Let me tell you sometimes how I use this spoon. I used to be a rugby player myself, and sometimes I would sneak out of that pile, sometimes called a scrum, right? And I'd have my spoon hidden under the bench, and I would find the most delicious dessert, and I would bring it back into the scrum, and I'd be like, scrum, no, it's just us. Just us. And they never noticed I didn't have the ball.
Wow, that's some sort of trick wizardry you got going on there.
You know that.
That had to be a really, really scrumptious play for your guy. Huh?
Yeah, indeed it was. Indeed it was.
All right, I just, you know what? I'm gonna go. Keep the scrumptious spoon. It's fine.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Have a good night.
Bye.
And that was complaint department, everybody. Great job all around.
I said flimsy hammer. I still didn't get it.
Yes, but it was a wiggly hammer, sir. It was a wiggly
hammer. It was the worm.
I thought you'd have it on worm, and you went with the other word. And that's, by the way, what makes that game hilarious.
All right, terrific job.
Yeah,
all around
hilarious.
Being tortured. Up next is Half-Life. This is a game for hand rations and the Moonman. For this game, we'll need from you in the chat a non-geographical location where a scene might be set. During this game, you're going to see hand rations and the Moonman create a scene, and then they're going to do a shorter version and a shorter. And that's only to demonstrate how efficient they can be in storytelling. They will retell this scene word for word, motion for motion, in shorter and shorter increments. First up, the original...
for motion?
Motion for motion. You heard me. Figure it out. So, I'm looking at the chat right now for where our scene's going to take place. Ari says wiggly hams for her, and this is gibberish. Those aren't recommendations. Those are just Ari's comments.
Those are reactions. Those are Ari's thoughts.
Yes, I see.
It's our new segment.
Someone from the official ComedyFLOPs account wrote hell. But I've got
that
one
might
here
also
from
be a
Ari.
reaction.
I have one here from Ari, and this is, well, he corrected himself. He said under the bed, but actually it's under the boogeyman's bed is where your scene's going to be taking place. I'll set the timer. I'll get out of your way. And when you're ready to start, you start the scene, and I will time you. Ready?
I can't wait to get revenge on that guy for scaring me as a kid.
I know. He's got it coming. Do you think he's asleep yet?
I don't know. Let's look at his foot dangling over the edge.
Well...
Even his foot is scary. They always tell you about monsters under the bed, but they never say, what if we're the monsters under the bed?
That is so deep. I've never thought of it that way.
I should go into poetry. What are we even doing here?
I know revenge. That's
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Do you think that we should run this poem by the boogeyman? Because I mean, he did kind of inspire it. Maybe we need to give him like the residuals for it.
Let me try grabbing his toe.
Okay.
Nothing.
Oh. You know what? I'm tired of waiting down here. I'm just going to pop up there and scare him now.
And scene. All right. That was 1 minute, but it was a good baseline. But I know that these people can be so efficient in storytelling. They're going to do something amazing. They're going to redo that scene for you in 30 seconds. First line, I'll start the clock.
I can't wait to get revenge on the boogeyman for scaring me as a kid.
Oh, he's had it coming. Do you think he's asleep yet?
I don't know. Let me look at his foot hanging over the bed.
So I can't tell.
Even his foot is scary. You know, they always tell us about the monsters under the bed, but they never ask, what if we're the monsters under the bed?
Oh, that is so deep.
You know, maybe I should go into poetry. What are we even doing here?
You should. That's a good idea.
Maybe we should run it by the boogeyman first, because he might need to get the proceeds or residuals from this.
Time. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, but you could do it faster. You guys are so efficient in storytelling. 15 seconds on the clock. First line, you go for it.
I can't wait to get revenge on the boogeyman for scaring me as a kid.
Oh, he's had it coming.
Yeah, let me check if he's asleep first. Well, even his foot is scary. You know, they always tell us about the monsters under the bed, but they never ask, what if we're the monsters under the bed?
Oh, that's so deep.
Time.
You know,
All right, guys. This is the five. You got 5 seconds on this one because 15 doesn't divide easily. 5 seconds on the clock on your first line. Go for it.
I can't wait to get revenge on the boogeyman for
Had it
scaring me as a
coming.
kid. Maybe I should go into poetry.
That's
Time.
Do the
deep.
poem first.
Time. Can you do it? 1 second. I believe in you.
Okay.
1 second. Ready?
I can't wait to get revenge on the boogeyman through poetry.
Time.
Wake up.
Time. Great job, you two.
Well done.
Lovely performance.
The Ricky cameo.
I did it on accident the first time, and I said,
I
"Well,
know.
I can't." It's
There are
Anyways.
no mistakes in improv.
That's right.
great
Only
job,
gifts.
Mortion
Only
for
weird
Mortion, guys. I was very impressed.
Mortion.
All right. We would be remiss if we didn't take the opportunity to allow you, the audience, a respite from the madness and give you a chance to sample the wonderful storytelling of some of these beautiful people on screen here. So tonight, our friends Andrew and Han Rations will be telling you a story, the subject of which you will write down in the chat right now. The catch of this game. It'll be up to you to determine if either of them is lying to you. Fear not, you will have help in determining who is the liar, as the Moonman will be here to ask each of them a question to probe their story. The game is Would I Lie to You? And tonight, the stories will be about... I lost my chat. Here it is. I found my chat. Thank you. So, let's see. Put in the chat what you want their stories to be about. Currently, we have the topiaries. That seems incredibly specific. Topiaries. But we'll how do you guys feel? Do you feel like you're going to be able to effectively lie tonight? Or tell the truth tonight?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I do want to know. That's why I'm asking.
I usually do tell the truth. I'm a truth teller.
Okay. And Hand Rations, do you find yourself telling the truth most of the time?
Who knows?
A very
But if the
diplomatic.
topic were something like topiaries, then, we're
Now, you
pulling
see,
out of an orifice.
I'm a
Yes.
very mysterious person.
I'm getting a lot of in the chat right now. Some of the people who are putting things in. There's a lot of food-based things. So I'm getting Funyuns and pudding. Ari said Vincent Price. Sorry, Ari, that might be a tad bit specific. But I'm seeing baked
Also in
goods.
the food category, apparently.
Apparently. But I'm seeing baked goods, and I feel like baked goods and snacking are on the menu. So tonight, baked goods is your topic of conversation, and I would like you to begin, decide amongst yourself who wants to lie or tell the truth first. Go ahead.
I'll go first because you've been working hard.
Thanks.
Okay. Baked goods. I do have a story of woe to tell everyone. I met my husband like 10 years ago, and we were engaged 3 months later and married 5 months later, which was really, really quick. And there were some naysayers about our relationship and should we be doing all of this. But what a catch am I thought. So we invited my husband's mom and stepdad over for dinner, and I was going to cook for them because Andy, my husband's, and Andy as well, he would tell his parents, Andrew's a really good chef. So we made them dinner. Or I made them dinner, and I was trying really, really hard. And sweets and baked goods are important in this family. So I was going to bake my famous pecan pie. And I was making the pecan pie. It was done. Our refrigerator was full, so I had to store the pecan pie outside of the house. It was winter time, so there was time for that. So it was time for dessert now, and I went outside to get said pecan pie, and there happened to be a raccoon eating it. Tragic. But, the raccoon scurried away. I grabbed the pecan pie, brought it in the house and, tamped it down in places so it looked like the crust was still sort of in place and the pecans were, still there. It looked passable. And we served said pecan pie for dessert to my aspiring in-laws that day.
Terrific story. Thank you very much, Andrew. Hand Rations, would you like to take your turn to tell a tale?
Yes, I would. Thank you. So when I was a freshman in high school, I was homeschooled, but I was still doing the school musical at my local public school, and it was Cinderella that year. And I was cast as one of the little mice. I was cast as the baby mouse because I was still smaller than everyone else, and they just had to point it out. Now, there's one scene in the version of Cinderella that we were doing where Cinderella, our kindly protagonist, she brings in some of the food from the dinner and tosses it to all of her animal friends, like the kind Disney princess she is. And that was my favorite part of the night. That was when I really got a chance to shine. And she'd always, every night, toss out these really delicious looking rolls. They looked like buttered rolls, and they shined so beautifully in the stage lights that I was like, oh, I have to know the flavors that lie beyond this image. For some reason, even as a 14-year-old, I didn't have the common sense to think, hey, if you're using this stage food night after night, it probably doesn't taste good. Like, as somebody who's been in the theater since then, if you're using the same food in a bunch of shows, it's either very stale or more likely it's fake. But I was so blinded by the butter that was supposedly on these rolls that I was like, I just need to take a chance one night. I need to stop pretend nibbling on these rolls and actually taste it. To add authenticity to my character, yes, but also to fulfill this just need to know. So during one of the performances, I didn't make a big deal out of it. I didn't want any of the other mice to be like, why does she think that biting into this roll would add to her character? I just took a little bit of a nibble off of a sesame seed. Because, I feel like I wouldn't want to just bite into a roll that I wasn't sure whether it was real or not. I feel like that's too much of a gamble. But a sesame seed, you can eat that. And even if it's fake, honestly, sesame seeds will probably taste the same either way. So I ate that sesame seed, and it was the most terrible thing I'd ever tasted. Because it must have been the fake butter that they used to make the roll shine. There must have been something in that had the do not eat chemicals. Like they put on the Nintendo Switch game cartridges because apparently people were putting them in their mouth for some reason. That, but on a buttered roll that is being fed to the mice. And I was just so disappointed. Cinderella ended up being my least favorite theater show. I didn't even do any other musicals at that school afterwards for various other reasons, of course. But in my heart, it was mostly because of the disappointment that I got of them teasing me every night as this little baby mouse with, oh, kindly Cinderella is giving you these rules. Isn't she so sweet? No, she's not. If she was as sweet as she claims she is, she would have given us the real rules.
Thank you, Hand Rations. It is now time for the Inquisitor to join us. Will the liars or truth tellers please come back on screen? Moonman, please. Everyone, please come on the screen to grill them. Moonman, ask your questions to these ne'er-do-wells.
Andrew.
Yes.
Did you tell that story knowing that some of said in-laws are viewing this evening?
Here's the thing. I told that story because of the stories that I didn't tell, knowing that the in-laws might be watching.
Touché.
Oh, and I mean, this is probably going to be throwing away the question. By Hand Rations, do you still have the mouse costume? I'm pretty sure we all want to see it.
They were trying to be all sophisticated because they didn't give me a full mouse costume. I wish they'd given me a full mouse costume. But no, they were like, just wear like a white button-down shirt and white leggings, and we'll give you a little headband with my mouse ears on it. So I don't have the headband, but I probably still have the shirt and pants somewhere. But if it was up to me, they would have given me a full mouse costume.
Okay. Excellent job, Moonman, probing them for answers. We are now going to determine whether or not Hand Rations or Andrew lied to us. So you in the chat write down who you think is telling the truth and who lied, as well as who you thought had the better story. Let's start with here, with the flops. Who here thought Hand Rations had the better story? Hands up if you did. All right. 1 for Hand Rations for a better story. Who here thought Andrew had a better story? 1, 2, 3, 4. Andrew, the bonus point for better story goes to you with your trash panda eating your dessert. Next, let's see who we think was telling the truth. Hand Rations. Who thinks Hand Rations was lying? Nobody. Nobody thought you were lying. They all thought you were telling the truth. Hand Rations. Were you lying or were you telling the truth?
It was the truth, but I don't like that I've been profiled as someone who at age 14 would take a bite out of prop food.
We all knew you would have taken a bite out of prop food. There'll be 0 points for Andrew for Hand Rations. Who thought Andrew was telling the truth? We have Leo and Dave. So the rest of you thought he was lying. 2 truth, 3 lies. Andrew, were you telling the truth?
Oh, that was the absolute truth.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't lie, but some crazy shit has happened to me.
Oh boy, you're in big trouble, dude.
Yep.
Okay, so that is 3 points to Andrew. In the chat here, Ari thought Jess lied. Mrs. Gumby thought that Hand Rations was telling the truth because 14-year-olds have no judgment. Hand Rations said, Ari, we were friends at this time. Wait, pay attention to the show. Hand Rations, what are you doing? I'm just kidding, dude. No, I'm just you play around in the chat as much as you want. So, with a total of 4 points, 4 points, it appears Andrew has won Would I Lie to You by telling the truth about his trash panda pie.
Trash panda pie.
Did they like it?
His in-laws have rabies now.
You know, they claimed to like it at the time. At the time, we'll see.
Operative words.
It's a little bit of extra flavor. Who could blame him?
Indeed.
All right, so let's keep everybody on the screen for our next game. And in the chat, I want you to start putting in some random objects that we can make a bunch of jokes about. We're gonna jump right to 186, and for this, everybody be on the stage. Or screen. Sorry. This game revolves around a stock joke. 186 blanks walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve blanks here," and the blanks say, "That's where we fill in the joke." So get ready to cringe because we are going to be making a lot of stupid stock jokes. Ari is really adamant about us doing the moon, so please start with the moon. Let me know when you're ready.
186 moons walk into the bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve moons here." And the moons say, "You hear that, guys? Drop them."
186 moons walk into the bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve moons here." And the moon just look at him and go, "You see this? This is our interest waning."
186 moons walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve moons here." And the moons say, "Really? Not even on a night like tonight?"
186 moons walk into the bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve moons here." And the moons say, "Now we're just crescent falling."
186 moons walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve moons here." The head moon gets violent and punches the bartender and says, "That's amore."
I see one from Cam.
186 moons walk into the bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve moons here." And Obi-Wan Kenobi says, "That's no moon. Not the space station."
Joe Lobb, you got one?
186 moons walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve moons here." And the moons say, "Well, we'll come back in 2 weeks. Obviously, you're just going through a phase."
Whoa.
186 moons walk into the bar and the bartender says, "Again? We don't serve moons here." And the moons look around and they say, "This was our last hope. This is the worst bar in the block. We figured we'd have a chance here. Our lives are just cratering!
Moonman, take it away.
186 moons walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve moons here. And I say, how drunk are you? I'm here alone.
Andrew, I see you got one.
186 moons walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve moons. The moon says, well, I guess I'll have to take one small step to the next bar.
All right. Let's do another 186 potted plants.
186 potted plants walk into the bar. The bartender says, we don't serve potted plants here. And the plants say, where am I, man? We're pots of plant. No, we're plants
it's a
of
marijuana
pot.
joke.
We're plants of pot. Yeah. It wasn't marijuana joke.
Joe Lobb.
186. That's gonna be hard to follow, Joe. John. 186 potted plants walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve potted plants here. Are you kidding?" And the potted plants argue with him a little bit, go back and forth, and finally the lead potted plant says to the other ones, "Oh, forget it, guys. He's just trying to flake us."
186 potted plants walk into the bar, and the bartender says, again, we don't serve potted plants here. And the potted plants say, all right, come on, guys. We'll find another watering hole.
Moonman.
186 potted plants walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve potted plants here. The potted plants say, how do you expect us to soil ourselves?
I got one. 186 potted plants walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve potted plants here. And the potted plants say, oh, well, we were just here for open ceramic night. Mic night. Ceramic night. Oh, I had it. I tried.
It works on paper.
That's right.
All right, next.
Type it out in the chat.
Yeah, I'll send in a memo.
Yeah, do that. Do that.
Let's do one more here. And 186 crabs. Ari, 186 crabs.
Under 186 crabs drive into the bar in a Honda Element, and the bartender says, we don't serve crabs here. And the crabs say, hey, Beans. Television references from 12 years ago, folks. Quality comedy.
Andrew, what do you got?
186 crabs walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve crabs here. The crabs say, well, every one of your customers walked out with one of us last night.
Oh. All right, we got one more item on the table then. We got one more item on the table, and that's 186 Jello cups. 186 Jello cups.
– 186 Jello cups walk into the bar, and the bartender says, we don't serve Jello cups here. And the Jello cups say, man, you're not thinking about this right. If you serve us, people are going to have a much better time than that swill you're pouring from the tap. Because they were Jello shots.
Go ahead, Hand Rations.
You go first.
Okay, 186 Jello cups walk into the bar. The bartender says, we don't serve Jello cups here. They say, oh, we're just here to see our friend Wiggly Worm.
They get it.
He's in the bottom of the tequila.
Doing a little dance.
Okay, that was my punchlines.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, if you didn't let me take it. All right, we got one more. Anybody?
Yeah. It's bad. 186 Jello cups walk into the bar, and the bartender says, we don't serve Jello cups here. And the Jello cups say, look, we won't stay here long. We're just trying to dodge Bill Cosby.
Oh, Moonman.
Oof. 186 Jello cups walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve Jello cups here. The Jello Cups say, well, I guess we're going to hoof it.
Oh, no. Take us home, Joe Lobb.
186 Jello Cups walk into a bar, and the bartender says, we don't serve Jello Cups here. And some of the ones on the side of the crowd begin to slink away, and the lead Jello Cup turns to them and says, now, George, this is no time to get wobbly.
Then that. Oh, yeah, that's 186.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
ho!
Last game of the first set, but I think we're going to roll through halftime. Director's Cut. It's a game for Camel, Treasure, Leo, and Andrew. From you, the audience, will need the name of a movie that should not exist. And in that movie, Leo and Andrew will be performing a scene as if they are recording it. Each time they perform the scene, Cam will be giving them new direction on how to perform the scene. Now, the movie you are filming is... Chat, please let me know. And let us look at what we got going on in the chat. You guys do any acting before in a movie context? Shot a movie before? Any of you? No?
I've had bit parts.
Bit parts? Hey, that's more
I've
than
seen
nothing.
that movie.
Yes, I was the bit.
I wasn't old enough to watch that movie.
Are you now?
Still not, no. I believe we have a movie title in the chat. I have Ari drops Spaghetti Eastern. Very funny, Ari. But I think we are going to go with The Other Monkey. And at your leisure, begin your scene.
All right. So I got this one here. You know, this monkey. Do you have yours?
Well, I promised my son I'd come home with a monkey today, and I like the one that you're showing me, but does the other one do any tricks?
This monkey. Yeah, he's actually like kind of I hate to say it in front of him. He's a little bit of a below average monkey, but he can do the regular things a monkey. He can swing across all the vines. But this monkey, this is the monkey that you want.
How is he with children?
Aside from the occasional poop throwage, he's not that bad.
Poop throwage.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. Do you have to anger him to get him to throw poop?
All right. Cut. Oh my God, it's like you guys didn't even read the script. Did you guys read the script or what? Jeffrey.
Somewhere it's out here.
Jeff, your character, Jeff.
Yeah.
Right. When you introduced the monkey, right? Okay, so this is a pivotal scene here. There's something you forgot. There's a little direction here. You forgot that in order to capture the monkey there, Jeff, that you have to be super wiggly because the monkey's all over you. So you gotta kind of wiggle with it, okay?
Got it.
Now, Doris, you're asking about the monkeys for your kids, but what you forgot is that you absolutely adore monkeys and are overjoyed at every single thing that Jeff says. So let's make this happen, people, because you know what? I've got a court date to make. All right, lights, camera, sound, action.
Okay, so we got this monkey here.
I love him. Can he come home with me right now?
I mean, yeah. Don't you want to see some of the other monkeys, though? I mean,
well, tell me, do they do tricks? Can I have them all? I love monkeys. Can you just stand still for a moment? Why are you wiggling like a worm?
Sir. I mean, this monkey can do the average monkey things. He can move all across the branches and whatnot.
I love average monkeys. I must have that average monkey. Is the other monkey spectacularly average?
Well, he can throw poop at your kids.
Poop? Would he throw poop at me?
If you make him mad enough.
Cut. All right, look, that was good. You guys did good. but this is the last time I accept the script from my brother-in-law. I swear to God. All right, so Jeff, you know, the wiggly is good. You got it. You nailed it. But there's one thing we forgot about this. See, your character is actually a chipmunk. So you have to speak slowly and enunciate everything so that when we speed it up in post, it'll sound correct.
Got it.
Now, Doris, what we forgot is the scene previous. You were coming back from your trip to London. That's why you're overjoyed. But you've also picked up a Cockney accent. So you got to make sure you have that in the scene, all right? All right, let's make it happen. I can feel it. We're close here, people. All right, lights, the camera, roll the sound, and action.
Okay, so this monkey is an average monkey.
Blimey! I love my monkeys. Oh, your name is Alvin, I suppose, Alvin. May I have this monkey? Might he do tricks, my lord?
Well, you might want to look at this monkey over here, because he's an average
Is he
monkey.
exceedingly average, Alvin? I do think he's ever so special. I must have him.
He can swing.
Swing! Why, I was just in London and I was on a swing with this lovely little monkey, Alvin. And is your brother's name Lester?
Yes, but Alvin can throw poop at you.
Oh, no! I just think that is ever so precious. Can he throw poop at my son? I don't like my son much. I do like monkeys, though.
It's
Cut. That was brilliant. You guys nailed all the points of the scene. Excellent. All right, that's gonna be a wrap for tonight. Hopefully I'll be back here tomorrow. It depends how the court goes. All right, print that. All right, and
Excellent. And that is director's cut. Beautiful little chipmunk monkey. This is the point at which we would take a short intermission, but we are going to roll through intermission today. I am going to take just a moment, put up the donation thing from intermission, so you can take a look at that, see how we're doing. I'll announce how much we've raised so far from you guys, because it's all about getting you guys to donate. So here we go.
that picture. The birds, they're chirping.
We've raised 95 so far.
Sweet.
Yep. But we can do better. That's what I'm seeing.
That's math. That's 155 plus 95 equals 250.
Okay.
And it looks like we've raised $95 so far, so thank you guys so much for... Oh, I clapped really, really loud close to the microphone, so... Thank you guys very much for donating. Let's get the whole cast back on the screen, because we're going to play an all-play again. Woo! Everybody back on the screen. Welcome back from that short intermission break. And we're going to play a game called The Worst Thing You Can Say. So in the chat, keep writing down situations in which you'd like to hear us come up with the worst possible thing that you could say in that situation. Could be anything. It could be a work outing, a brunch with your significant other, meeting extraterrestrials for the first time. I really like that one. We might do that one. But let's start with a hostage situation. When you're ready. Joe Lobb.
What's the bidding up to?
Moonman.
Give me the gun. It's my turn.
Andrew, I saw one.
Can I interest you in my twins?
Ooh. Fraiche.
A real man would use a knife.
Hand Rash, I see a hand down there.
Yeah. I interest you in a timeshare.
Oh, that's a good one. Fraiche.
Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your personal savior?
Joe Lobb, bring us home.
Don't mess the hair, damn it. How many times do I have to tell you, don't mess the hair?
All right, I got one from Ari here, meeting extraterrestrials for the second time. Go ahead, Cam.
Back for more, are you?
Fraiche.
Is that an anal probe in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Andrew.
So after the last time we were together, I got this cold sore.
Moonman.
Hand me the probe. It's my turn.
Oh. Dave, or Joe Lobb, sorry.
No, I still don't know where you're. Sorry, come back where you go.
And Rations.
Okay, I'm sorry. I lied. I'm not the leader of the planet. But, like, you guys were so excited.
Oh, very good. Leo, I see the hand.
Oh, it's very good to see. Oh, you're the mother. Sorry.
Cam. Bring us
What do you
home.
mean you didn't like the scrumptious spoon? My wife loves that thing.
I see. You guys seem very excited about this one. So, Creme, go ahead.
Yeah, where's the 3-boob chick?
Oh, that's a reference. Andrew.
So a lot has changed since the last time you were here. You need to text home.
Leo.
I got good news and bad news. Good news, the people on Earth love the milk, but we're gonna need about 50 women.
All right. Lunch with Royalty from Wind Up Pictures. Lunch with Royalty. Moonman.
Off with your heads.
Fraiche.
Wait, this isn't the porn shoot?
Joe Lobb.
Well, I know on the invitation it said chicken a la king, but I really didn't think.
All right, one more here. Prison Intake, again from Wind Up Pictures. Go ahead, Creme.
You're gonna have to go a little bit deeper if you want to find what I brought in here.
Andrew.
I'll be able to get ivory soap, right?
Joe Lobb, you had one?
Hi, Sam. Hi, Dora. Hi, Phil. How's the kids?
Hand Rations.
I just want to set the record straight. I am willing to snitch on any one of you to get special treatment, but you can do the same for me.
All right. And that is, I was going to say 186. That's the worst thing you can say. Woo! Great job. Transitioning over into something a little different. Gather around your smart devices and listen well. For tonight, we have a prophet with wisdom beyond the veil of death. Before you, 3 flops. Andrew, Creme, and Cam will channel the oracle, who will use each of their mouths to answer the questions that plague your heart. So please, place your comments, your questions in the comments.
The role of Andrew this game will be played by Joe Lobb.
Oh,
That's how I understood it too.
my apologies. Anyway, yes, the role of Andrew will be played by Joe Lobb. If you have a question for the Oracle, please place it in the chat and they will answer it for you one word at a time. And if you are selected, ask yourself, How lucky are you that the Oracle wants to answer your question? Okay. The first question, Oracle. At your leisure. How to make a good impression when you're first meeting your partner's parents?
On
The
First,
meeting,
be
very,
humble,
but
also,
don't,
piss
them,
off,
I
have,
spoken.
Straight and to the point, Oracle. Thank you very much. Things that could anger your future in-laws. Feeding them a pie that a raccoon ate out of. Next, a rather a rather simple question. I think you guys will get this one quickly, or no problem. How do I attract a good lumberjack husband? At your leisure, Oracle.
you
use,
Grill cream,
I
have,
spoken.
As I said, no question is too difficult for the Oracle. Last Oracle. What time is it?
time,
To
leave
this,
veil,
of
deception,
because,
Riggy
is,
in,
cahoots
with,
Satan,
I
have,
spoken.
Okay. The Oracle seems to have claimed that I am in cahoots with Satan. And I am not too pleased about that, either because it is true and I'm hiding it, or because it's not true and I don't want people to think that. So I'll ask the Oracle a question of my own as the last question, if you don't mind, Oracle. How do I convince people that I'm not in cahoots with Satan?
No
chance
in,
hell,
I
have,
spoken.
And that is the advice from the three-headed Oracle this evening. Thank you very much, the three of you, for channeling the spirits. I greatly appreciate it.
I feel violated.
I feel refreshed.
You okay? It's quite a high to come down from, I know. Next game on the list. This one, I promise I'm going to get the cast right for. We have Hand Rations, Creme, Moon, and Andrew. Leo and Andrew. Yes, okay.
Got it.
You can blame a cast member that's not here for moving around the schedule. Anyways, they're going to play Pyramid for us. This game is going to be based off of a suggestion in the chat from earlier. You are going to see one of the flops give a monologue and 4 scenes that follow, each getting complex each time because we've added a new character. They'll go up to 5 and bring it back down to 1, performing the same scenes up as back down. And you're going to be doing a scene that is based off of, or a series of scenes that is based off of negotiating job offers. And the last person on the screen is the one who will start us off.
Well, what a lot of you don't know is that in my alternate universe job as a career development specialist, I actually help people with this topic all the time. And the first thing to know about negotiating a job offer is you have more power than you think, right? You're worried, should I ask them, should I negotiate? And the answer is yes, they expect you to negotiate. And so basically do your research, look at what similar jobs are getting in different areas. Use a site like glassdoor.com.
So tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I like cats. I like cats a lot. I have a lot of cats.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there.
Yeah.
How would you feel about getting cats out of the sewer?
I would love that.
But,
I mean,
okay, great.
Yeah, no, I mean, the sewer's no place for cats.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So that's kind of the main thing you'll be doing, like if we decide to hire you.
I see. Do I get a special...
Okay, after a lot of deliberation, we've finally made our decision for who we're hiring, and I'm so sorry. I just want to let you know that both of you gave such an amazing interview. Like, if I could just interview you for the next 25 years instead of giving either of you a job, I would. Actually,
I would love that.
Yeah. Would both of you be open to that, just extending the interview? You're not getting paid, of course.
I mean, I got no
Do we get
plans for
bathroom
tonight,
breaks?
so yeah.
Yeah, you get bathroom breaks. I just didn't have a lot of friends in high school, so like, yeah. So
you seem cool.
What's up with Brenda these days?
Oh, Brenda's...
That's your first interview question.
Oh, Brenda's a bitch.
Well, we've gathered everyone. Everyone's interviewed our new candidate to be our lead clown in this year's circus, and I'm just curious to hear what everyone thinks of the different candidates.
Well, I mean, my first question is, where did you find these clowns?
Well, they were all waiting outside of a Dunkin' Donuts, and we really had to fill this because, you know, the circus is opening tomorrow and we had no clowns.
That makes sense.
Now, I know these auditions have been an absolute circus, but you last four are you're almost into the cast of Cats.
Yes.
But I just need one more thing from you. You're cats, you're in a sewer. I need to see how you scratch while you're waiting to be rescued from the sewer. I mean,
Rescue me! Rescue me!
This is how you're negotiating to get me to choose you.
Rescue me! So
all of the clowns were very qualified, but I do have some questions about the one that chose to read the Sylvia Plath poem as her audition. Like, what's that about? Are we going in a new direction?
I think
that was dark.
Well, as I understood, they thought their casting was based on, you know, the famous clown with the single tear. So they brought that motivation.
It's so played.
I would like to talk about the one that was like kind of Stephen King it. Like, are we gonna go with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the teeth were good.
Okay, so next interview question.
Yeah.
Truth or dare?
Oh my God, this is so much fun.
I know this one. I think it's truth. Yeah, truth. It's truth.
Oh, come on.
That actually was the wrong answer. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to give the job to somebody else.
Do I get it?
But, yeah, you get it.
Oh,
but I mean, we can talk tomorrow. Like, I'll text you. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So if you see a cat, like let's say the cat's, scratching at the thing, what is the first course of action you're going to take?
Well, I'm going to try and talk the cat down, right? Because a scratchy cat is going to scratch me, and it's going to scratch me with poop paws, and I don't want poop paws on me, right? So I'm going to try and talk soothingly. Maybe I'll bring a bag of treats, win the cat's affection, and then I'll gently pick it up, holding at a bit of a distance, not to get it on myself, of course, yes. And I'll hand it up through the hole to a teammate. Hopefully I'll have a teammate or, maybe someone from the SPCA. But I think that will work.
All right, great. We'll see you Saturday.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. And so when you're negotiating, just simply be transparent, right? Think about, what do I need to make this work? What are my costs of living expenses in the location where I'll be doing this job? And share that with the person who's offering you the position. Now, really important, you don't have to negotiate. If you're happy with the offer, it's okay to accept it, right? But just remember, most people don't actually ask for their value and often end up getting underpaid for it, right? So don't be afraid to know your worth to ask for it. And if they don't give it to you, be sure to go onto the internet and tell everybody on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, what cheap sons of a bitches you're now working for. Good night.
And that is Pyramid. I would have cut you sooner, but I was taking notes because a lot of that was helpful. Do know your worth, people. Thank you, Creme Fraiche. Next on our list, I will need Camel Treasure and Joe Lobb. We are going to play scenes from a play. Yes, it's opening night, and the understudies are unfortunately the ones taking the stage. What happened to the main cast? Don't ask too many questions, okay? But the understudies, they can't remember the play completely. So there's two people off to the sides who are going to be whispering the stage directions to them. That's myself and Hand Rations. Each of us have a different play. I will be reading from... I'll be reading from one of these two. I'll be reading from one of these two. Hand Rations, you got a play?
Yes, I was not aware that I had one, but I am going to look for one. I know I have some. I forgot which game this was.
Oh, okay, no worries. Go grab a play while we get a prompt from the audience. So for you, the audience, what we're gonna need from you is we're going to need from you the name of a play that you would like to see, or you know what? Forget that. Scrap that. Give us a relationship, and we'll go from relationship. What's going on with these two people? Who are they to each other? I'm buying times for Hand Rations here.
Why don't you explain the game for how it? Damn it.
No, I'll explain. Go ahead. What you want? These two will be doing a scene. We'll be reading the instructions, and they will have to adjust based off the instructions that we're giving. Hand Rations has a play. I have a play. We have a prompt from the chat, and that their prompt is handsome pony and pony boy. So up to you who wants to be who, and Hand Rations and I will disappear, and we'll let you guys take the stage.
Settle down. They weren't literal when they called you a handsome pony.
What do you mean? I think I'm handsome.
These are mobsters. They're gonna give you nicknames. You're handsome pony till something else comes up. A pony boy. I mean, it just you got to work up the ranks. All right.
Mr. Steed enters and finds a clue.
Mr. Steed, what did you find?
Well, he found something.
He hands him the remote control.
Here you go. Take it.
Thank you.
All right. So anyway, we've got to, like I said, we got to work our way up to get the bosses to really like us and respect us. Right now, we're sitting there kind of shoveling out the troughs of sorry, my brain just kind of twitched there for a second. Too much shoveling the manure, I tell you.
But it's funny you should mention that, because in this text there are instructions for where to dig to find the treasure. Yeah, I didn't know there's treasure involved in this game, but I'm not too displeased. Anyway, it says, start at southwest corner of stable. Let's see, north, south, east, west. I think it's that one.
He is clearly delighted by this news.
Yeah. That was always my favorite part. Anyway.
All right, so we go north.
Take 10 steps north. You got it. Yeah. Take 4 steps east. Put your hand in, pull your hand out, and shake it all about. That's what it's all about. Doing the find the treasure.
Ew.
Okay, yeah, it's dirty, it's messy. Here, let me dig with you.
They do a simple soft shoe routine while singing.
I got shit on my hands. I got shit on my hands.
Got shit everywhere.
Digging through the shit for the treasure.
Down there, treasure down there. Diggity, diggity, diggity.
Better be worth it.
The rest of the cast filters in.
Hey,
Oh,
go away.
Oh,
Anything?
Yeah, cover it up so I don't see anything. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Good,
That's
good.
great.
Well, it's
Everything's
good to see everybody, and
Yeah.
you know, you should probably walk south and west.
She shrieks
Okay.
with pleasure.
Okay, glad they've gone. Okay, now I just struck a box when they came in.
Oh, don't put your hands near your face. Oh.
Yeah, good. Whew. Got that right.
He miraculously finds a plate of pasta somewhere on the stage.
They left us some food. How nice.
It's pasta, my favorite.
Okay, what kind is it?
Oh, I'm hoping these are meatballs.
Okay, yeah.
Who knows?
But
it's pretty grassy.
Yeah.
He closes the door.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we shouldn't have eaten this. I'm gonna put it back in and close that.
Yeah, good idea.
Two circle around each other like boxers in a ring.
What are you eyeballing me for?
I think I want to open this box by myself.
No. You're gonna open the box together. It's our box.
Oh, now it's our box.
It's our box. My hands are covered in shit. I ate shit balls. It's our box.
Hey, that's on you. You want to eat shit balls? Who am I to stand in your way? Let me think it over.
Everyone finds a plate of spaghetti and flings it at their enemies.
You know what? Hey! Oh God!
Oh!
The lights fade as they put on their helmets.
Yeah, I think we need our anti-spaghetti helmets for this.
Very good job adapting, gentlemen. And thank you, Hand Rations, for providing. Hand Rations is the name of your spaghetti play.
It was called Mission Improbable. It was from some theater camp that basically did like fan fiction as their plays. So it was a cross between Mission Impossible and Kitchen Nightmares. Gordon Ramsay is in it.
Nice.
Very good. Mine was very simply a play that I had to do in high school, a one-act play called Love, Death, and the Prom. I would not recommend it. Very good. Thank you both, or thank you all. Next, a lovely little game, and this one is for Creme Fraiche, and it's going to be an all play as well, but Creme Fraiche is the one we'll be torturing this evening. So you in the chat, I need a couple things from you while Creme Fraiche takes his earphones off. Creme Fraiche is going to be playing a mayor, and he's been a mayor that's been away on vacation and is returning home to his lovely little town to a big, huge problem. I want you to come up with the problem, but I also need you to come up with a separate solution. Could be completely unrelated, it could be related, but it could be completely unrelated. And third, I need someone, preferably someone recognizable, who would be the person that would help Creme Fraiche out in the situation in bringing about the solution to the problem. So down in the chat, please put a problem for a mayor to solve in his town. Could be insane, use your imagination, I believe in you. The solution to the problem, be as wild as you want, and of course, a person who is going to help Creme Fraiche. Could be a celebrity, could be a fictional character, something recognizable, something that Creme Fraiche might have heard of. Not like my friend Steve. I guess you could put my friend Steve if you really wanted to. He'll figure it out eventually. All right, so we got him coming in now. Oh, right, the place that almost did the Sharknado. Oh, that's not. Ari's talking about a play, a Sharknado play. And Ari has provided our solution. Flops, our solution will be Sharknado. That's the solution. We haven't gotten the problem yet. The problem in town, all the trees have turned into milk.
Yeah.
All the trees have turned into milk. The solution is a Sharknado. And now we just need, the last thing is a contributor, someone who will help Mayor McCreme solve said problem. The Dairy Queen is solved by using part of the local AI. The person to help is Oprah. Oprah might be too easy for Creme Fraiche, and we wanna really grill him here. Barbie. Barbie's the one. Barbie's gonna help him. Flops, you want to repeat that back to me if you got it?
Freezer turning into milk.
Sharknado.
It's solved by Sharknado, and Barbie
Barbie.
is helping.
Gonna help.
All right, bring Creme Fraiche back in. Here we go.
Oh, it's so nice to see so many of you here. It's good to be home. The trip was a wild success. And it's great to see so many of our you don't look happy. But this gentleman over here is crying in his tracksuit. I don't like to see residents of our great city suffer, of course. How can I help you?
Mayor McCheese.
Yes, you in the black tracksuit. Yes.
What about the people who are lactose intolerant, Mayor McCheese? What are you gonna do for us?
You don't have to worry. This was essentially a mission trip I was on, and I've come back with pledges of lactate from the governments of Moldova, of Estonia, and Finland, and that's all coming. We're going to have lactate. No one will be lactose intolerant in our fair city again. Okay. Yes, you with the very short hair and the glasses and the headphones.
Hi, yes, my name is Flo from Leaky Teats. Now that there's an abundance, what do you see? What are your plans to harness the liquid gold, as we call it?
I'm so glad, Flo, that you asked me that question. By the way, I love your insurance, but we are well aware that the baby formula shortage has been a problem. But we here in our city, of course, have all of the formula and breast milk that we can possibly use, and we've got devices that will be going through our city, scooping it up, processing it so it's available for babies everywhere. Yes, you sir, waving your hand like this.
Yes, Ricky McTavish here.
Yes, hi Ricky.
I don't know if you noticed, but there's been a loss as well as an addition. I mean, that old oak by the corner, the chestnut tree that we planted at great expense, with the city Christmas tree. I don't see them anymore. Nobody sees them anymore. And meanwhile, we are just splashing through this stuff, this white stuff that's past your eyes. It's that deep.
Yeah. So, well, I understand why you're concerned. First of all, in order to deal with the great breast milk flood of 2022, we had to the baby formula. I'm sorry, I misspoke. The baby formula flood of 2022. I certainly hope it isn't the semen flood. But we had to trade the trees to get what we needed for the solution. Yes, you with the bluish hair.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about the wildlife that has been displaced by all of this. Like, what about the squirrels? Do squirrels just have to swim? Where are they going to store their nuts?
Understood. I understand your concern. I too care about the environment, right? The good news is we've instituted a new policy. I talked to the city council about this, and there will be free swimming lessons for all squirrels. They're actually much better swimmers than you might have seen. If you watch any Amazon Prime nature show, it's really quite remarkable, and the sugar gliders are really the best at that. Yes, you with the very giant headphones. I don't know how you can hear me when you're listening to music over our press conference, but...
Yes. Hi, I was just wondering, how will we rehydrate the cows?
Well, it's going to sound a little bit like the Donner Party, but we're actually going to bring the cows into the city. We're going to let them roam free, and they're going to basically lick up their own milk. And through the process, because a large part of milk is water, they will rehydrate. I mean, I know. Oh, you look so worried about that. These cows, I'm sure, like milk. Yes, you sir, with the rounded glasses.
Yes, Ralph from Ralph's Hardware. I've been stocking up on rakes for this very season. What am I going to do with them?
eBay, Ralph. I think eBay. Rakes are not going to be particularly useful in solving this problem, sorry to say. I would say mops would be a better choice. Mops, sponges, right? It's going to take a lot of us to do this. The cows actually are going to help by strapping sponges to their udders, reabsorbing much of our problem. And the squirrels and the sugar gliders, as they swim, if they have sponges as well, will collect a lot of this up. Yeah, you, sir, who looks like he's peeing himself.
So me and my son had a project. We built this house in the old oak in our backyard, and the old oak held it up, and he was underneath it when the event happened. And what happened was all the creamy stuff, it couldn't hold up the house like the old oak could. So it just came down on top of my son, and he's still under there.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. Falling tree houses are a national tragedy. And we will have the Public Works Department come out immediately if you give us your address, and they will remove the debris. We'll send EMS. They'll make sure that your son's okay.
He's not a strong swimmer.
I understand. We will bring personal flotation devices. We have actually cornered the market here in our city on water wings, and I think this is going to help a lot. We will also actually, this was part of my negotiations with Sweden, we actually got squirrel-sized water wings as well, and a little bit larger bovine water wings, and so it should be really, really good. Yes, you with the moonish face.
Yeah, Day Ray from Arbor Day Beverages.
Yes.
Now, is there any danger of a combo nut dairy allergy?
Oh, well, of course that is
start with one and
yeah, I appreciate your concern. Anaphylaxis would be a terrible outcome of what's happened. Very rarely do the nuts mix with the milk, particularly with the trees gone. So I don't think that's anything to worry too much about. Yeah. The nuts might even absorb the extra milk for all we know, making kind of a crunchy breakfast type cereal. You've heard of grape nuts, of course. We could have a new economic boom here in our fair community if we can simply get enough cereal bowls to put the nuts and the crunchy stuff in, and of course the milk, right?
Okay, he got the problem.
Did he? Okay.
Problem good. Solution.
Okay.
Well, there are so many, really, right? I like to be practical and pragmatic in how we do this. Yes, you, sir, with the kind of curlish hair.
I don't know if you know this, but our sister city Derry in Ireland, they have exactly the same problem. And they tried some of the things you mentioned, the mops and all that, but it didn't work. And so what they figured is they would get a big, huge cast Hollywood movie, and all the actors would drink the milk or shoot it or whatever they're doing with milk these days.
Yeah.
But I think they made a mistake. They are starting with the very A list. So they might get a solution before we do if we start at the same place. So maybe we should start at the Z list.
Yeah. I appreciate that input. A-list actors are very, very finicky, right? They're not really interested in milk. They want, Dom Perignon, right? They want craft beer, right? So yeah, I think we're gonna have a tough time getting them here. But listen, D-list actors. I'm talking like your Kathy Griffins. I'm talking like lower. I mean, no, I'm getting there. We can go much lower. I'm talking like Snooki, Jersey Shore mofos, right?
Over yet.
Johnny Depp, I would say anybody who was in an Ed Wood film is probably available or dead. Either way, they might be able to help. But yeah, we can work on the. Yes, you please again with the blue hair.
Yeah, I am definitely on board with getting a cast of like just absolute lowest tier, like not even on the alphabet anymore, celebrities. But I think the thing we should really be focusing on is celebrities who are in movies with like 6 sequels, and then the last one there's time travel for some reason.
I feel, I some of those movies I don't get to all of the sequels, but I really feel like for what we want here, well, I feel like Tara Reid is our go-to, right? But why stop at Tara Reid? Why not go with the whole shebang, the entire cast of Sharknado? I think we get this problem done. Yeah, I do.
Sharknado.
Yeah, and I've actually got them in my speed dial. I will take care of this. Don't worry about it. It's going to be great.
But Mayor.
Yeah, please.
But who's gonna help you? Is it someone who should party, like someone who loves to go party?
You're thinking of Prince, aren't you? Prince is dead, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
We can't party like it's 1999. Yeah. Yes, again, the Moonish man.
I'm thinking that this problem and solution, there are so many facets. You need someone that's had many careers. You need somebody that can look at it from every angle of the problem.
Well, I know Mike Rowe has tried many, many different careers on his show, but I feel like he's only dabbled, really. Yes, you with the headphones again.
I think if you want people to pay attention and care about your solution, you should get someone who everyone recognizes as someone who just, looks for the good. You want to see them at their job.
Well, all right. I didn't want to reveal this, but I feel like I can. We got Jesus. Jesus is going to come down and perform a miracle. Now, what has happened to religion these days? I mean, I can dial for Buddha, I suppose. Yes, you, sir, with the rounded glasses.
Yes. Ralph again from Ralph's Hardware.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a little girl at home, and I am just concerned that whoever helps you out with this needs to address body image problems.
Well, there's only one person to do that. I think, really someone who, well, there are two, but, somebody who's recently, I think, stood up for it. We'll try and get Billie Eilish here if we can, or Lady Gaga. Or okay. I don't want to pull the big guns, but you with the bluish hair.
Yeah, you're thinking too literally here. We need someone who isn't just an icon, but has been an icon for over 50 years and is the most fabulous person. Because, life in plastic gets fantastic.
Yeah, it's true. But Joan Rivers is dead. So, Liz Taylor, dead. Tara Reid, we've already mentioned. I'm going to have to really go through my Rolodex on this one. Yes, you with the short hair and glasses.
Yeah, look, I don't really give a damn about all this. I'm seriously concerned that all the trees are gone. Now, what exactly am I going to build my dream house with? Tell me that.
Legos, clearly. You're going to build them with
again?
Legos? Yeah, again. Yeah, you, sir, with a cool kind of modish hipster hair.
I
actually meant him, Moonman, but that's okay. Go ahead.
I really don't want anyone helping you that's anatomically correct.
Yeah, I get it. All right. I wasn't supposed to reveal this yet. The ink is barely dry in the contract, but we got Barbie.
Hey.
We got Barbie. Yeah. But Ken is right out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw Ken.
Yeah, see?
And great job, Creme Fraiche. Let me. I think you had the problem. What did you think the problem was?
I thought the problem was that we had a milk flood somehow, or that the cows leaked or something like that.
Oh, okay. You were very close.
Originally,
Oh, go ahead.
I thought we were playing off the baby formula shortage.
Okay, so I heard you say the trees are gone, and then followed it with milk flood. All the trees had turned into milk, so I thought you had it.
No, I didn't quite have it.
Okay, well, you were very close, so we'll give it to you.
I was in the ballpark, but not quite there. Yeah.
All right, we have time for one more game this evening, folks.
Hooray!
And that game is everyone's favorite Last Flop Standing. So in the chat, please put down a subject that you want to hear the flops debate. How this game will work: they'll take your subject, we'll debate the subject one at a time. When someone thinks they have a reason to interrupt someone because they're wrong, the flop will jump in. I'll judge whether or not they're right or wrong, and they'll join the fight. And whoever is winning at the end, when the time runs out, they are the last flop standing and victorious, and will be the king, queen, or gender-neutral term for ruler, monarch of the rest of the.
Ruler and monarch are both gender neutral.
King, queen, and then ruler and monarch. They're the gender-neutral terms.
Yeah, you said gender-neutral term for ruler, and I was like, you could have cut off the
Ruler
gender-neutral.
would be a gender-neutral term for ruler.
Gender-neutral term for gender-neutral. Who knows?
Gender-neutral term for measuring
Majesty.
stick.
Right.
So we are going to be debating the topic
There it is.
of, from Andy Rollman, the best ice cream flavor. I will start the timer. Let's see. Do I have a volunteer who wants to start or no? All right, Cam, you're starting. Go ahead.
All right, ready? All right. So look, I know people are a little bit old-fashioned, or maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned, but honestly, for me, the best ice cream flavor is a nice French vanilla with vanilla bean flecks in it. It just kind of melts in your mouth, and there's an explosion worth.
Cam, what do you got? Or sorry, Fraiche, what do you got?
Vanilla's fine. I don't want to disrespect vanilla, but it's so vanilla, right? If you're going to have the best ice cream, you need something that is like the orgy of ice cream, and that, of course, is chocolate.
Classics are classics for a reason. Vanilla is pretty strong. I saw someone else dinging over here. Was that Hand Rations? What do you got, Hand Rations?
Yeah. Vanilla bean is fine, but it's false advertising because it doesn't taste like beans.
That is true. Take it away.
Yeah. I want an ice cream that says what it's gonna taste like. I don't want this vanilla bean or this rocky road. I have eaten the rocks in my road, and they don't taste like that. False advertising. Now, chocolate, there's only one chocolate. So you know what that's gonna be. Strawberry, yeah, it's a bit sweeter than the fruit, but whatever. Vanilla bean.
Leo, what do you got?
All right. Listen, I want everyone to closely take a look at what I'm wearing. If this doesn't scream Neapolitan, I don't know what does.
It does. Leo, take it away.
I want everyone, you're close, okay? It's not vanilla, it's not chocolate, but it's vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. The missing key.
Joe Lobb, I think I see you clapping in over there.
Yeah, 3 flavors are not 1 flavor.
Ooh, that's true.
But I think what we need to do is go back a little bit, take a step backward and realize that what is best for one person may not be best for another. And so we're
Fraiche.
Nonsense. What's good for me is also good for you, Joe Lobb, and that is chocolate.
Objective truth, Fraiche, take it away.
Yeah. Well, it's not even, I mean, it is objective. There's scientific evidence of chocolate, right? They did studies of ice cream and chocolate in particular, and they found it actually mimics a lot of what happens with your brain chemistry with marijuana. Therefore, chocolate mellows you out. It makes your brain feel good, right? You feel loved. You want to give love.
I don't think you should be in the business of recommending marijuana.
I'm curious. I'm curious why. Go ahead.
Because brain is a very finely tuned instrument. 10,000 different chemicals.
Oh, Hand Rations.
My brain isn't an instrument. It's not making any music up here.
That's true. Go ahead, Hand Rations.
Yeah, they say the brain's a finely tuned instrument. No, it's not. There's no piano tuner reaching in here and making sure the strings are all tight. It's just a
Leo, I see
ball
your
of
hand.
meat that has
Okay,
consciousness.
okay, maybe it's not quite an instrument, but it's pretty dang close. I mean, there's people out here with perfect pitch who can identify notes.
Perfect pitch is a lie. Go ahead, Hand Rations.
Yeah. Sure, it can help you recognize instruments, but if you took my brain out of my head and threw it against the wall, that isn't music. That's bleh.
Andrew.
This has nothing to do with music. We're talking about ice cream and the properties that it shares with marijuana. The two go hand in hand.
Camel Treasure.
Have.
Well, it's not. We're talking about the best flavor of ice cream. And hands
Wait,
down,
no. No, we're not. We're talking about musical instrument Hand Rations. What's that?
Okay.
And the best flavor of ice cream is brain music. That's what I'm trying to
Creme
refer
Fraiche.
to.
She's wrong. Brain music is copyright protected by Ben & Jerry's. It isn't the best. Haagen-Dazs makes one Brainock Music, and it's chocolate, mofos, chocolate.
Moonman.
Haagen-Dazs sucks. It
Yeah.
has a low overrun.
Yeah,
you
take
have
it over.
to have the overrun, otherwise you're just getting a dense pile of ingredients, and you don't really taste anything.
Andrew.
I must say, I'm a new resident here, and Cornell Creamery is known for having more cream in every one of their flavors, be it chocolate or vanilla. Their chocolate is the best.
And that is time. Andrew wins.
Dang it.
Uh,
And you know why they have so much cream in their ice cream? Because they turned their trees into milk.
Yes.
Mic drop callback on for Camel Treasure.
Great job. Great argument. Everyone made
Nice job.
great claims. I hope we answered your questions, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I'd like to remind you that this month we're supporting Lifelong. I'm going to put the donation link up in just a minute again. And you're going to be able to click on that either, in the comments, or you can find it on our Facebook page, on our social media.
It's what your grandma would want you to do.
Yeah, it is. So go get your grandma a sword, help her fight a dragon, and
wait for my sword. 2.5 years.
Metaphorical and a literal dragon.
And we'll be back next month, third Friday of June. Does anyone happen to know who we're supporting next month off the top of their heads?
I believe it is Mutual Aid Tompkins, is my recollection.
Terrific. Mutual Aid Tompkins next month. And if we're wrong, if John was wrong, if Creme Fraiche was wrong, he's gonna put up $85 million for Mutual Aid Tompkins. So
yeah,
thank you
it's
all
gonna
for
be a
joining
bonanza
us.
for him. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.